I'm Kevin, the Tech Guy. Thanks for checking out my channel and this quick tip video. If you've ever used a cleanup tool or dug around in your system to free up space, you might have encountered something called a thumbnail cache or thumbnail images. In this quick tip, I'll explain why it's not worth getting rid of those thumbnails and how to avoid doing so. When these cleanup programs recommend removing the thumbnail images, it reminds me a lot of how they recommend removing cookies. I find this deceiving because they just want to show you something, anything that could be cleared to impress you, I guess. Look at everything I found! Woohoo! The larger the number of total files and storage space to be cleared, the more effective they are, right? At first glance, these can seem like junk files taking up space for no apparent reason. But before you hit delete, let's talk about why these thumbnail images, this thumbnail cache, isn't as disposable as they'd like you to think that it is. Thumbnail images are those little previews of files and folders in File Explorer. When browsing through your pictures or documents, instead of seeing just file names, you get a quick look at what's inside, a small preview of an image or a frame of that video. These thumbnails save you from opening every single file to figure out what it is. While it's tempting to think of these as clutter in the way system cleanup programs present it, thumbnails serve a practical purpose. You honestly don't want to delete these thumbnails. When you use one of these programs or even Windows itself to delete the thumbnail cache, Windows doesn't just say, well, I guess we won't use thumbnails anymore. Instead, it rolls up its sleeves and regenerates them as soon as you start browsing your files in that way. Now, to be clear, when the thumbnail cache, these images, these previews are deleted, that does not delete your files. Deleting the thumbnail cache means two things. One, it's not helping system performance. Deleting thumbnails doesn't free up significant resources or make your computer faster. In fact, the opposite is often true, because your system will need to spend extra time recreating those thumbnails from scratch the next time you open a folder where the thumbnail cache is displayed, right, where those thumbnail images are displayed. Two, they take up minimal space. Thumbnail cache files are pretty tiny overall. They don't eat up gigabytes of storage, so clearing them won't magically give you loads of extra room on your hard drive. Let's take a look at the thumbnail cache, the images, the thumbnail images, the layout of that in Windows 10 in this case, in the example I'm showing today. So if we go to view at the top left here, there it is, my mouse is already on it. Zoom out a little bit, sorry. We can go to extra large icons, and that's the current view, which you can see right here. That shows the large version of the thumbnail preview. So at a glance visually, you can go to any one of these files and basically know what it is, except for this .htm file, where it represents the fact that you can open up this file using Firefox being my default browser on this computer. Go back to view, and then we'll go to large icons. And same thing, it's just a smaller version of those images. So they might be a little bit more visually appealing. We can still jump to any one of these files visually and basically get a sense of what it is. So we can go right to it with the mouse and install the application or what have you, open the image or see what a frame of the video that we can open up, enjoy. We'll go to view and then details, okay? So left click, don't just hover on it, click it. And here we go. We can see more details regarding each file, not just the name of it or the file extension if you have that enabled. Tiny little previews, but a little hard to see there. This view is more about seeing the file names, the date modified of when each file was last modified, last created, if you will, the type of file, and the size of each file. Let's open up Advanced System Care. All right. And I'm going to run this here. So this is a system cleanup tool that I strongly recommend. Let's go to settings. We'll go to settings again. So I'll zoom in. So there it is, thumbnail cache. You want to make sure that's unchecked. This acts on a global basis. So again, every single time that you want to do a scan or clear anything with Advanced System Care, it won't even scan for them, never mind clear them. Okay, and that's ideal, and it takes only a few seconds to go in here and uncheck that. and then we go to OK. And then from that point forward, it'll never be in this list. As you can see right now, it is not in the list of the supposed junk files that Advanced System Care has detected. So I'm going to close that right now. So let's take a look at the feature in Windows itself without using a third-party program at all. So let's go to File Explorer. We'll zoom in here by the Start menu. We'll open that up. And then we'll go to this PC on the left under Quick Access there. This is Windows 10. And then under Devices and Drivers, we're going to right-click on the C drive. And then we're going to go down to, move that over a little bit. There we go. We're going to go down to Properties and open that up. And then on the General tab, we're going to click on Disk Cleanup. Okay, so I'll move that over here. So if we scroll down to the bottom of this list, right to the bottom, it says thumbnails. Okay, so if we, with the current setting, as we see it right now in Disk Cleanup, we can uncheck thumbnails. And if we were to do a disk cleanup, then it would not scan for or remove the thumbnails. Okay, so I'm going to uncheck that because I don't want the thumbnails being scanned for or removed. And you can see, at least on this computer, the relatively little space that they take up, 131 megabytes. It is not worth clearing that for the convenience that thumbnails bring. In conclusion, thumbnail cache images are more like helpful assistants than freeloading junk files. They make your experience smoother by letting you preview files at a glance, and they're lightweight enough that they barely make a footprint on your system. So the next time you're cleaning up your computer, feel free to skip deleting those thumbnail files. Thank you so much for reading this blog post and watching this video. Please consider supporting my work on Substack or buying me a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much for reading this blog post and watching this video. Your support makes my work possible. Thanks for stopping by.